What's going on, Sobe? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on?
I'm very well. Yes. How are you?
I'm cool. Where are you from?
I'm based in Vegas.
Big lit. How'd you get your name?
Um, I do this thing where I cut myself off mid-sentence. I was listening to Sober by Childish Gambino, and I was just like, so, and I was like, oh, I kind of fuck with that. It resonates with me, and yeah, that's pretty much that.
Hey, shout out to Chrome Shorty. He's here to support the homie and eating
Yeah.
orange chicken.
Yes.
All right. So, first question of the day is just tell me about your album. Tell me about your last project. Anything you want. Maybe top 3 to 5 things that you want us to know about your project Eccentricity.
Uh, it took 3 months to make the whole album, and I'm pretty sure I was only like 2 months into being Sobe when I started making it, which I know probably doesn't sound like a good idea, but it is what it is. And I don't know. I guess yes. I'm not sure what else
So,
you guys would want to know.
who were you before Sobe?
No.
That's a no. Okay.
No.
Were you still making music before that?
Yes-ish. I didn't really sing on any beats though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were just acapellas. Really? Well, no, not one of them. Yeah.
So, how long you been making music for?
3 years.
That's lit. That's lit. And I see that you started to produce too on that last track, Ingat.
Yeah, thank you.
What would you say was one of the best things that happened in the process of creating your project, and some of the hardest things and challenges?
Ooh, I was still learning how to come up with melodies that were like good. And I feel like it's really challenging on like beats like Shine, like house beat or like Down the Disco where it sounds like super filled. So typically, I really don't spend more than a day even on a track when it comes to making a melody. So for Down the Disco, it took like 3 days probably. And for Shine, it took like 2 days. Yeah, I don't like to spend that much time on something because if it doesn't resonate right away, then I most likely will not finish it.
So, how many tracks did you make before you put like the whole track list together?
Actually, the album, we knew we wanted 12 songs, and we almost didn't make 12 songs. It was like everything we made just went straight to the album.
Oh, that's tough. So, like, it was basically like done and done right away. It wasn't like you made 100 songs and chose out of them. All right. So, the sound you guys have on there is very like futuristic plug, but like there's a lot of like some soft clipping on there, hard clipping, some harmonies. A lot. It's a very futuristic sound. So, what would you say like are some of the biggest inspirations you have, and some of the things that like really influence your sound today?
I am like an extremely big Ariana Grande and Doja Cat fan, as well as Remy Wolf, and then recently Raven Lenae. I would say I found way more inspiration in Raven Lenae recently, but on the album, it's definitely Doja Cat and Ariana Grande, like to a T. Yeah.
That's dope. But what would you say like your top songs from each of them?
Ooh, it's funny because I Don't Do Drugs by Doja is my favorite, and it's an Ariana Grande lab. And then favorite song from Ariana Grande alone is probably I guess Only One. I like her Run, very chill, or Cadillac song. And then yeah.
And guys, feel free to ask questions if you have any. Just type them in the chat. What inspired the artwork? So like the colors, and I know you spoke about you said that you can see colors.
Yes, I do have synesthesia. It's when your senses mix. I can see colors when I hear sound, but also I can like taste things sometimes when I look at photos and not just like food. It's quite weird. Or like smell things when I look at photos. Yeah.
And did that like help create the artwork and a lot of the colors, the stuff that you do now for this?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, how so? Like, how'd you put it together?
Well, I don't know. I actually had like a vision in my head that the album was gonna be like pink. I like kind of saw it in a dream. That sounds crazy, but yeah, I have a lot of moments like that. Actually, it's really weird.
You sound very intentional. You see the vision, you go for it.
Yes, always.
All right. What would you say was some of your favorite tracks to really, really get into? Like Venus Line sounded like it was crazy in the studio.
Yeah, Venus Line was a mistake. That was just a joke, and she was like, "Give me your vocals," and I was like, "Well, here we go then." But I guess my favorite tracks in general are I like the acapella for Sweet and Kind, and favorite tracks to get into, like recording wise.
Or even production wise, like when you sat down, were you with any of the producers in person? Yeah, so
The
like
whole thing was just G and I.
that's crazy. That's crazy. So like, were there any tracks or beats that you heard that was like, oh my gosh, this has to go on the project right away?
Ooh, right away.
But like,
Honestly,
were there moments where you were like, oh, I need to write to this, or was it moments like, oh, I already know what to say?
ooh, Stay Safe, Love. Yeah, I made that song in 10 minutes. I like heard the melody in my head really quick. That one for sure. And Coop was really challenging. No, I think Stay Safe was like the quickest, like probably that one. Yeah, I've been harmonizing a lot over the years, but I feel like it wasn't really cleaned and like proper until recently.
How about how many stacks do you use for most harmonies and vocal stacks?
Probably at least, like at the very least, three, but most of the time it's like around 5 to 10, but never more than 15.
15, never more than 15. So are you saying like one in the middle and like one on each side for each harmony, or are you matching them up like separate on each side?
So there's like a main line, like the main melody line, and then I'll go like, not necessarily, I don't even know how to explain it. All my harmonizing is like really intuitive, but yeah, they're all panned. They're all like different harmonies. I like rarely re-record the same harmony.
So like,
Yes.
so if you have like a main vocal right here, right in the middle, and let's say you do like one like above it, a few notes above, and you do one to the right. Is the one to the right the same as the one to the left when you pan it, like 20 and 20, and then 40 and 40 are the same?
Nor.
Wow,
Two different.
that's cool. That's cool. Akira Speed Racer says, "What's your favorite vocal chords to layer?" And after that, he has one more question.
I actually don't know that much music theory. I don't know.
Do you know what key most of your songs are in?
I don't know about most of the songs, but I do know my favorite key is F sharp minor.
All right, his second question is, what part of a song is your favorite to make? The chorus, the bridge, the hook, or whatever? It doesn't have to be out of those, but what's just your favorite part of a song to write and create?
Probably a hook. I feel like most times when I'm singing, it's probably the hook that comes first in my head, but I like feel like I always have to make a verse before it.
Does the verse give you like the content, and then the hook gives you like, oh, here's like the melodic idea, or does it come together usually?
Yeah, just like that. The hook is like the melodic idea I usually get first. Yeah. And then the verse is like, okay, well now I have to find like, it can't just be like a hook, you know what I mean? I have to like find a verse idea.
All right. What's the project about? What do you want people to know, and what do you want people to know about you from this project? Like, what do you want to express from the release of this whole thing?
I feel like this project is definitely not like a get to know me type thing. It's very show offish, I guess. You don't really get to know much about me in general. It's just very kind of like hopeless romantic-y, even though like I feel like I'm lying to everybody. I'm really not that much of a hopeless romantic at all. I don't know.
So
Yeah.
more about fun.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. Just balancing fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sure. I do this little question for everybody. So I gotta ask, top 5 plugins.
Oh, wow. I don't. I use a lot of Logic stock, so I know I
You
like
can do
Fresh
those.
Air.
Okay, Fresh Air is top tier.
Fab Filter, and I like the what is it? Central Saxophone. Haskell uses that a lot. That's really yes. And there's like Slate digital compressors that are also really nice. What is that for? I'm not really sure which ones exactly. And then one more. I don't know. I guess. Damn.
All right, for the fifth one, like, what would be a plugin that was like game changing for you? Like if you put it on your project and you're like, oh my gosh, I needed this so much.
That would probably be like the Slate digital compressors. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're really nice.
That's dope. They have like nice presets, or like they have like this really cool like coloring, or
I have no idea because G uses them, but I've seen her use them. I'm not really quite sure what the fuck is going on when I watch her use them, but I know they make me sound better. And yes.
yeah, I've heard they're similar to the SSL compressors or like a model. All right, how did you meet the producers who helped you create? Well, how did you meet everybody who helped you make the project? Because you said it was all through online. So
Yes. There are only 3 producers. It's G, Haskill, and Smavs for one track. So I actually all met them. Well, not Haskill, but I did meet Smavs and G and Vixa in Lunari server, like probably a year ago, actually, this month. And yeah, I don't know. I was very shy then. It was really awkward. But yeah. And then Haskill I met through Vixa. God bless him. My God. She's the light of my life. Love of my life. Yeah.
hey, and then what about the like you guys make a lot of music together. You guys got a lot of throwaways online. We see it all the time. I mean, I see it all the time. But
Yes.
like, was that chemistry there from the start, or was it like it took effort to really like put your sound together?
Yeah, there was chemistry there from the start with all of us.
That's lit. That's lit. And I guess last thing, unless you have anything else you want to talk about, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them. But what would you say is like 3 things, 2 or 3 things that you want to share with people who come to see this interview later on? So like any other artists or producers looking to innovate, inspire, and to just really create music that stands out. What would you say to them?
You need to keep going. Do not ever give up. I know it gets hard, and I know this is really cliche. It really does get hard. But if you know that this is your passion, like you really have to keep going. Do not give up because you don't know. You never know what can happen or when it would happen. But just know you really got to keep going. Oh, that's something you should know for sure. Sorry. What else was part of the question?
Yeah, it's really just 1 or 2 things that you want to share with people that you really want them to know, so they come by and you leave them 2 gems. To leave people, what would they be? And that's 1. You know?
That is one, yeah. You want me to say 2 or 3?
Yeah, one more. One more.
Don't mix your own vocals. Don't. Because it's like you can have an idea of what you want in your head, but I actually got this advice from somebody else. Shout out Tyler. Don't mix your own vocals because what you have in your head, it could be perfect, right? But when you send it off to somebody new, it gives you a new perspective. Or most of those, if you trust that person, of course, and if they have the skill for it, most of the time it'll give you a fresh perspective or end up better than what you had in your head. Don't mix your own vocals.
What's your favorite Raven Lene song?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, yeah. I really, really love Lullaby and 3D off her new album.
Oh,
And
that's all featuring
then,
Spino, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
Recess off her old project.
that's
Yes.
dope. All right, then beyond the artists, who are some producers, if you know who they are, that really influenced your sound as well?
Producers influencing my sound. Interesting. I actually really like Cashmere Cat.
Oh, I've heard that a few times in a Freebounce interview. That's dope.
I really do like Cashmere Cat. And
It's like a
what was another one
synth.
that I'm missing? I'm not sure what exactly. I just really like his sound style, I guess. It's very bubbly and light. I feel like that genuinely does influence my sound. And Mizo, yeah. He's super versatile.
I've
Even though
heard.
he's pretty new, I would say, I guess. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
you guys did a track. I think I put in the last Freebounce mix. It was like a real jazzy, soulful one.
Yeah.
What was that called?
For you.
Yep, yep, yeah. I put that in the mix. That one was hard. I heard it was like, why didn't they share this?
Oh,
That was crazy.
okay.
But yeah, that was dope. Um, when is the next project dropping?
I do have quite a big project coming in a couple months, but it's not music. Like it's not a new music project. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but yes.
It's confidential. Feel you, feel you. Okay. What's one song you made that you think is overlooked and needs to be listened to more?
Overlooked. Sweet and Kind. I know it's short, and I know Smav sometimes kicks himself in the ass over the beat because I'm pretty sure it's just a sample and a kick. But still, I feel like it's very short and sweet. I feel like, yeah, yeah, I really like it
But why do you feel like it's overlooked?
because the stacks, I feel like the feeling behind it could be applicable in many ways, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. Yeah.
And then one last question is this is like a creative mixing style question. So I think sometimes your tracks have like nice and wide beats, right? And your vocals are like sitting right in there in the middle. Other times your vocals are a bit more up front. Is that like a creative preference? Are you experimenting with that? Like you definitely hear a lot of people playing around with that balance of the beat and the vocals, and especially like I guess when you have one layer like most rappers, like they usually turn the vocal up pretty loud. But now that you have so many stacks, it changes the way that the vocals sit inside a track. So would you say like you prefer to have your vocals sit more on top of the beat, or is that more just like in the moment you guys choose?
I do notice that a lot of the music I make, it does sound like the vocals are kind of sitting in the middle of the beat. And I do think that I do like it that way. And I know a lot of people have actually complained saying that like my vocal presence isn't like that present, in which I can kind of tell, but I don't know. I guess it is sometimes just a preference.
All right, I think that's all the questions. If you guys got any more, because I'm done with my questions. I'll give it a sec. But Sobe, thank you for coming through.
Of course, yes.
It's been an honor. And
Thank you for having me.
what's coming up? If you can reveal it, what's coming up?
What's coming up?
Yeah, yeah, what's coming up? I know you're doing the lyric videos, with the breakdowns.
I do want to do something for my 1 year, which is next month. So you can keep an eye out for that. I'm going to make sure that going to be a whole bunch of women on it. So I do want to do something big for that. And then, yeah, in a couple months, really big project, very big change. I am in the process of getting a manager as well. So yeah.
And do you still make cookies? Oh, no more Sobe bakes. Oh, all right. Well, I'm really sad about that. I want some
Oh,
chocolate chip cookies.
so sorry.
And lastly, what's your favorite food? We got that from Chrome Shorty.
I am vegan now, but I really like tomka, yeah, and banh mi's. It's
I
tied.
have no idea what that is. You got to tell me.
So tomka is a Thai soup. It's like coconut milk based, and I feel like it really hits like every single part of your palate. It's like sweet and spicy and sour and savory, and it's just a very balanced dish. And then a banh mi is a Vietnamese sandwich.
So you just explained like a sour patch with hot sauce on it.
Ah!
You said sweet, sour, and all in one dish. You know, and all that.
Yeah.
Sounds very interesting. You gotta put me on one day. All right. Good luck. Thanks for coming by again. And this is gonna be on YouTube